Hey, what's up, everyone? AJ Rage Crypto here, and I'm just going to cut to the chase. We need to talk about Solana. In this video, I am going to show you the chart of Solana and 4 other coins in the Solana ecosystem. So don't go anywhere as I build up to showing you the charts. Make sure you smash the like, subscribe, and all that. But look at this story here. This caught my eye today. Solana price prediction as network issues escalate. Okay, so despite how well Solana has done this year, it has outperformed almost everything. The network is facing ongoing challenges with network outages over the past 2 days. The Solana blockchain has encountered significant issues and congestion problems that have been synonymous with the network. The congestion issues can largely be attributed to the increasing number of users and their on-chain activity, particularly with the rise of meme coins and transactions on decentralized exchanges. So here we go. This is really important here. Recent setbacks in the blockchain have hindered its progress in the recent weeks. Up to 70% of non-voting transactions on the network have failed, indicating a notable increase in transaction failures. And we all know, if you've been around in crypto for a while, you know about the outages with Solana. So obviously people are getting a little bit concerned with all these transaction failures. And this led me to this next article here. 3 Solana ecosystem tokens to avoid in April. Finbold is going as far to say avoid these projects, given, the network congestion, how far they already pumped. So maybe you might not want to get in, considering, they pumped as hard as they did, not good to buy towards the top. They're saying this for WIF. They're saying this for Bonk, and they're saying this for Jupiter, aka Jupe. All right. It's very interesting to see this. And, I have been doing, my homework in terms of the Solana ecosystem. Okay. And Jupiter, for instance, I will show you that chart in this video, actually have made a lot of money trading Jupiter. But when you really get into its supply, you realize that with a max supply of 10 billion and a circulating supply of only 1.35 billion, this thing has a long way to go. And despite how hard it has pumped, it is in a very unfavorable tokenomic situation. Okay, what about Pyth? The Oracle on Solana. I've also made a lot of money trading this. This chart has been mentioned time and time again in my Telegram group. Look at this. Max supply 10 billion. Circulating supply only 1.5 billion. A very unfavorable tokenomic situation despite the strong start to this project. Come over here to tokenunlocks.com. You'll see this right here is the cliff type unlock for Pyth. All right. So be aware of this date. Put this date on your calendar. May 1st, less than a month away. The supply is going to go from 1.5 to 3.625. All right. So there's a difference between a linear and a cliff unlock. A linear unlock is when it slowly happens over time, and a cliff is when either once every couple months or even once a year, like this situation here is once a year, it has the supply and boom, it hits the cliff, and boom, it hits the cliff. So, May 1st, 2024, this supply is going to increase big time. Like I said, put that on your calendar. And then, May 1st, 2025, May 1st, June 1st, 2026, so around once a year, Pyth's supply, not the best situation. So I do want to get into some charts here, but first off, let's start off with the Solana chart itself. We're looking at the 4-hour here. I'm putting this video out right after I film it, so this is up to date if you're watching it on Saturday, April 6th. It's the 4-hour chart, so if you're watching it on Sunday, only a couple more candles will have been printed. But, so here is Solana's rise. All right, it's in a pretty decent uptrend, except we have the local high here when Solana was over $200, and then it put in a slightly lower high. Okay, that is the beginning of a downtrend. Considering leading up to this point, it's been higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, up the hill. All right, now it has finally put in the lower high, and since has come down to this level here, which is right now the most important level on the Solana chart. This level is at exactly 169.87. Okay, that is that level. So just about $170 here. Look at this support resistance level for Solana. How many times it's been touched? 1, 2, 3. It was a support over here. So 4, and now 5 times this level has been touched. Very significant level on Solana. And what I'm worried about here, and this is why you at home need to set an alarm on this level, is because it is right on a low volume node. Look at the volume here on the right side of your screen. Okay, so here's the volume, but if we lose that level, we have a big gap in the volume that will actually take us all the way down to around the 144, 150 range. Because look how fast Solana went from here to here. You know why? Because there was no volume here. So it just immediately went to where the money was. Okay, that's how it works. It also works on the way down with the point of control on the visible range volume profile, where the most amount of volume is actually sitting all the way down around 130. Solana's currently at 177. If Solana was to fall to its point of control, that would be a 26% drop. So really, this level right here, like I said, this 167, almost 170 level is extremely important for Solana and extremely important for Solana's ecosystem. You know, when Solana was pumping, it was really easy to get in the Jute. It was really easy to get into Bonk, into Pyth, and all these things, because when the layer 1 pumps, everything else in the ecosystem will consequently follow it. But now if Solana loses this level, goes through this low volume node, maybe drops to the 150s, there is a support resistance level at 142. It could get bloody for the ecosystem. So this level right here, like I said, around 169, 170 level, set an alarm on that level. I know I do. So let's keep it rolling here. Let's look at WIF. Okay. Dogwifhat. This has been, a big mover. But since, the top here, it has put in, it has dropped about 32% in about a week's time, a little bit less than a week. It lost this high here, which was, of course, a very important support resistance level around 350. On the Telegram group, we did catch that short, make some money off that. But now, we're looking at the 4-hour here. WIF is in a local downtrend, as marked by, these blue little, channels right here, this down channel. All right, let's zoom in on the 2-hour and look at this. So as you can see, in a case of bullish continuation, you see the EMAs here, how the price will continue to bounce off the EMA. All right, that 50 EMA, that is a sign of bullish continuation. But now the price is below, okay, the 50 EMA, and that is not good. That would be for bearish continuation. So obviously have an alarm set at that support resistance level right here to see if the price can get back above and break out. That would be best case scenario. But we also need to be prepared if it doesn't get back above, this 353 level. And also, similar to Solana, the point of control on the volume is below the current price action. Okay, it actually just changed on me. There's volume here around 270, and the point of control is all the way down at 226, which would be another 33% drop. And the price, approaching a death cross on the 2-hour. So definitely set an alarm on the upper layer of this down channel here to hope we can break out of that. But if we come up, get rejected by the 200, get pushed back into the down channel, we are kind of on a volume node right now, right here. If we kind of lose this volume, we end up down here and end up testing consequently the bottom of this uptrend line. I mean, technically speaking, WIF can fall from here all the way to, to $2.76, 18% fall, and technically still be in a macro uptrend. Keep an eye on WIF. It has pumped significantly. And with, if Solana loses this support resistance level, I don't think WIF is going to break out of that channel. We definitely need to keep an eye on that. All right, moving on to Pyth here. Pyth, looking at the 4-hour, very similar situation. The first thing that kind of yells at me on this chart is this level right here. This level is around 78 cents, about 78.5 cents, because this is the body of the candle on the 4-hour from that previous wick up, back in February. We already kind of retested it once, twice now. It does look like we're moving up, currently on the 4-hour, but we're also approaching a death cross. The 50, if the 50 EMA was to go under the 200 EMA On the 4-hour, that'd be extremely bearish. Extremely bearish. And look, the low volume node, we're at the volume, but look, there's a gap in the volume, and then it would take us down here. All right. And what happens? What happens if Pyth goes to the point of control? That would be a 21% drop to 66 cents. That would not be good. So what are we going to do if we're traders here? We're not going to guess. We're going to react to the market. So set an alarm on this important support resistance level. This level is at, 80, like 78 cents, almost 79 cents. Okay. We lose that level, you go short. You go short off that level. On the smaller time frames, it does look like it's pushing up right now. It did bullishly bounce off this level, and that's a good thing. But, I would not trust this pump until it gets past the 200 EMA, which it has not done. And really, I'm not really trying to trade this thing until it breaks out of the downtrend that it's in. So let's keep it moving. Let's look at Bonk. Okay. Also in a downtrend, but look, holding a strong floor. Holding this strong floor and really in a pretty perfect triangle right now. Bonk this is a lot of zeros. This level's at a lot of zeros to 210. Okay. Is this level definitely set an alarm here? Definitely set an alarm here. If you actually zoom in on the 4-hour, you will see that we just had a death cross, the 50 going underneath the 200. That is not what you want to see, but it has, kind of recovered from a bullish divergence here on market cipher B popping up, but very similar to WIF, similar to Pyth, similar to Solana. These are all in the same situation because of how fast they move, that there are big gaps in the volume profile. Look at that gap. Look at that gap. If we lose this from our current price, we lose this. We lose that level. It is a 40% drop to where the point of control is on the volume profile. So if you are trading Bonk, you have an alarm set here and you have an alarm set here. And whatever one goes off first is probably your trade, long or short. Finally, let's get over to Jupe. Starting off on the daily, this is a chart that we have traded a lot over at my Telegram group. All right. So I do want to say on the daily chart that, price go up, oscillator down. Oh, let me scoot that over. You can't see it. Oscillator down. We have been playing out a bearish divergence here. All right. So big bearish divergence has been playing out on the daily. So zoom into the 4-hour. I'll actually show you a couple trades that we nailed in the Telegram group. One of them was this right here. Let me come over here so you can see it. So right here, this is this little yellow squiggle. There was a slightly kind of had a support resistance level here at $1.12. We put in a slightly higher low. That was kind of my cue, go long. And from top to bottom, ended up being a 57% trade in about 8 days. Amazing. Absolutely nailed that trade in the Telegram group. All right. And then right here, we were in this little range here. Okay. I said set an alarm at 160, an alarm at 167. Once we were in this range, we ended up losing 160 from top to bottom, ended up being a 20% trade, 19.6% trade. And since then, it has popped up. All right. So, what do we need to watch for here on Jupe on the 4-hour? So first of all, there is a big support resistance level right here. This level is at $1.25. All right. And, we kind of touched it here, wicked down to it right there. And, these things are currently trying to push up on the 4-hour. Jupe, WIF, Pyth, they're all currently right here, right now, pushing up. But does that mean I'm going to go long? Not yet. Not yet. Because you're still kind of in this local downtrend. I'll kind of cut some of that out to get the point of it. All right. So if you want to take a riskier trade, yeah, you could try to get from here to here and steal 4%. But when you're in a downtrend like this, you kind of want to trade with the trend. The trend is your friend. So you could take a risky trade if you want to, but I'd rather take the more certain thing, especially in this situation. So what you're going to want to do to trade Jupe, you're going to want to have an alarm on this downtrend here. You can draw that downtrend, copy my chart exactly, and you're going to want to have an alarm on this support resistance at $1.25. And whatever alarm goes off first is probably your trade. So there you go. There are 5 setups. Well, Solana and 4 ecosystem setups. But to me, it does really come down to, is Solana going to hold this support resistance level? If we lose that level, $1.69, $1.70 for Solana, it's not going to be good for the rest of the ecosystem. And I want you to be aware of that, especially when, there's a lot of, crypto articles coming out saying, 3 Solana ecosystems to avoid, the network issues escalate. These are signs we got to be aware of this stuff, and you have to be aware of the implications. If Solana falls, the rest of the ecosystem is going to follow it, just like the ecosystem followed it when Solana went from $30 to above 200 in a couple months. So there you go. I just wanted to give you a quick rundown on my thoughts on the Solana ecosystem. And when I give you these charts like this, when I give you these support resistance levels, go to TradingView, copy my chart exactly, and set alarms, because it's best to not guess the market. It's you don't want to predict the market. You want to react to the market. You want the market to give you a signal. And that's how I've been nailing so many trades this year. This is how everyone in my Telegram group has been nailing so many trades since we started just a couple weeks ago. If you want to learn more, you want to get more positions, more crypto education, you want to join my Telegram group, send me an email down below, ajalphagroup@gmail.com. Until then, I hope everyone has a safe rest of your weekend. Smash the like button, comment down below what's your favorite coin in the Solana ecosystem, or if you're looking at any trades, I want to know what they are. Until then, my name's AJ Writes Crypto. Get rich, get wrecked. Later. Get rich or get wrecked. Totally said that wrong. Bye.